Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So if you're new here, hit the subscription bell, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. If you've been here the whole time, guys, don't forget to drop a like and a comment on the way out. Those small things really help us on a grand scale. So let's just dive straight into this one. Is crypto going to crash? Is this all euphoria? Are we overextended? What is going on? So what I'm going to do here is give you a look at the historical standpoint of the past two halving events, being the second halving on July 9th, 2016, and then the third halving on May 11th, 2022. So we can see the first time the mining hash rate went from 25 BTC to 12.5 BTC. There's a big misconception that the supply just gets chopped in half. It does not. The available supply hash rate doesn't. It's the miners that get punished. They are only able to mine half as much as they were able to before through that hash rate. So historically, what's happening right now is out of character. I've spoken to a lot of big players and they're all saying the same thing. We're due a big pullback. We're overextended, and a lot of people like myself think this pullback should have happened about a week ago, but FOMO, BlackRock, and Vanguard are realistically, I think, pushing this a lot further than it's ever been before. And that's why you're seeing this huge amount of bullish momentum. Tether's printing like crazy. They printed a considerable amount over the November period last year. We saw a substantial run. That cooled off. We've come back down and we've seen them printed again. And once again, boom, BTC takes off. So do keep an eye on what Tether's doing, what they're printing. That really does have either a negative or positive effect. If they're printing, it has a positive effect, vice versa. So historically, like I said, this isn't something we normally see. We can see here we've got the first halving event and absolutely nothing before it. This was a very quiet time for BTC, more or less a scam at that point. The likelihood is none of us really believed in what crypto could be. Now, so you see the halving event on, like I said, July 2016, and you don't see the final peak out of this until December 17th. So the halving event happens and you see the substantial run, and that run ends here. And the candle is the 17th of December 2017 is when the halving event run finally peaks out and it finally cools off, bottoming out down here around December 2018. So once again, seeing a nice little pump around this time. So some people would sit and say, well, here you go, Jay. You can see that there's a pump here before the actual halving event itself. But what I would say to you is it's too far apart. So this is June 19th. The halving event itself isn't until May 2020. So this is well into the next year. You get that actual halving event. So if we was to look at this, let's say, and say to ourselves, well, maybe this is what's going on, then we're definitely due a big pullback, At the moment, BTC keeps going up, punching, and then really coming down, cooking off. Everything gets bled out with it, and then it starts going nuts again. It goes up, everything starts to pump, vice versa. That keeps happening, but eventually we're going to peak out and we're going to begin to come down. So what we're seeing here is we see that first, we see the third halving event. Let's get the brush. We see the third halving event around May 2022. And then the peak out for that halving event is not until the following year in April 2021. Okay, so then seeing a pullback after that and then another run pushing another all-time high and seeing that around the November time, which historically November is a beautiful time for us in crypto. We've always seen a decent price movement around those times. So now this brings us up to the fourth BTC halving event. And so the grand question, are we going to see a big dump? Are we going to see a pullback? Is crypto going to crash? Because it's what you're all going to be thinking. It's what you're all going to be asking. And you're going to be wondering, is this a good point for entry? And my honest response to this is no. This is the worst point to enter the crypto market ever. And this would just be a FOMO-based instinct. It would be simply driven on emotion, and you should never trade on emotion. So what I believe we're seeing here is a simple cup and handle. Historically, one of the biggest cups and handles to probably ever play out in crypto. So there's probably going to be a decent pullback. My thesis is we're coming down to that 35k range. I know it's harsh. I know it's bitter. I know nobody wants to see this happen, but I think ultimately this is what's going to happen. We're seeing the cup, and then we're going to see that pullback, and then hopefully coming out into a very decent handle. And I've been saying to people, I think $250,000 per Bitcoin is where we're going to peak out after the halving event. Once that's all taken root and we're really flourishing, we're on the other side of this thing. What I don't think is going to happen in this halving event is a huge correction after that. I think the new norm for BTC will be up in this 70k range, and between there and the 160k range. I think this is the range we'll be fighting for some time after the halving event. And I think this is where it will stick, because there has to be higher highs and higher lows during this process. That's the whole idea with Bitcoin. And that's why the halving event in itself is not as punishing as people think for miners. And a lot of people say to themselves, well, you know, eventually the mining won't be worth it. It's completely wrong, because the grand theory and thesis of the whole thing is the price continues to rise throughout this whole thing. So although the available hash rate mining supply is halved, the value of those coins that you're mining goes up. So therefore you're actually making more money in the long run. And it's all part of this bigger process. So like I was saying, if you're looking to enter the market, I would probably wait until there's a decent pullback. And for those who are upset, those who are not wanting this pullback, you don't have a choice. Okay, you're an individual sat in your apartment, in your office, wherever you are. You're not the crypto market, and we are just shrimp in this very big sea of BTC whales. So like I said, definitely looking forward to seeing this pullback. I'm definitely going to be looking into what wallets I'm going to be walking into the halving event with, accumulation zones, and where I'm going to be looking to accumulate on things. I'll keep you up to date with all of that. I'll keep coming back and touching base on this, and we'll keep an eye on BTC as it fluctuates up and it fluctuates down. And I get it. A lot of you are going to say, oh no, it's going to keep ripping. This will be like this until the halving event. We'll probably see a dump then. I probably think so, but trade safe, guys. You just don't know what's going to happen when the market gets this euphoric. But other than that, guys, like I said, if you're new here, hit the subscription, hit the like, drop a comment, hit that notifications bell, hit that on and off. If you're not getting notifications, you've already got that on. That should sort that out. Other than that, guys, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.